there, my name is Kay and I work here at the Big Garden. Today I'm going to show you how to set up a low-cost container garden. So the first thing that you're going to need is to source your containers. So I like to just look around the house for stuff I've got. So we have over here an old coffee can, a shallow aluminum tray that you can get at most grocery stores. I've got a food container here that I can't find the lid for anymore. That's a great one to use. We've got a milk jug that you can cut the top off. And then for larger plants, you can get a simple trash can, and then a 5-gallon bucket is also great to use. So something important if you're gonna gather things like this from around the house is to put some holes in the bottom for drainage. So you can do that with a drill if you have one. You can do scissors, especially for like a flimsier plastic like the milk jug. You can use a utility knife or just a plain old nail and hammer. The size of your container depends on what you want to grow. So these shallow ones are great for things like lettuce or other greens that you're going to grow. But if you want to grow something bigger like a tomato or pepper, you're going to need a little bit bigger container. You need to think about the root size that it needs, how much space that's going to take up. Another great place to find inexpensive containers is a plant nursery or a hardware store with a garden center that might be getting rid of some old containers like this. This one came for free. And then you're going to need potting soil. This is probably going to be your biggest expense, but something nice about it is you can use it year after year or month after month. Just when you plant something new, you'll need to add some good compost to replenish those nutrients in the soil. In Omaha, there are a couple different free seed resources in January and February. In late January, the Nebraska Extension Office usually holds a free seed share or a seed swap, where you can bring seeds if you have them to share, but you can just go and get some for yourself. And the Big Garden, City Sprouts, and Big Muddy throw a free seed swap as well, usually in mid-February in the Gifford Park neighborhood. So look out for those events to come get free seeds. You can also find them at hardware stores and nurseries. A great time to look for them is towards the end of summer. They might be going on sale. And you can stock up and get a couple packs for the next couple years. The seeds are usually viable for at least 2 to 3 years after their sale date. You can also get seedlings at most of those same stores, and the Big Garden also has a plant sale from mid-April through mid-May, so come and get your plants there. You can also learn how to start seeds yourself, which will be addressed in another video. So now's the fun part. We can actually plant our seeds and seedlings. So I like to start with putting my fresh potting soil into a bin like this. It's usually very dry when you get it from the store, but you need to add water before you plant. So I'm just gonna add some water and mix it all together until it is not too damp but not too dry. You just want it right in the middle. So the perfect texture is going to be when you can squeeze it and you see a little water coming out, but it still falls apart very easily when you try to crumble it. So it's all mixed together, no more dry spots left. Then I'm just going to fill it into my containers. So I'm going to use this shallow container here for sowing some lettuce seeds. And you want to fill it pretty high. You want to leave a little room so that when you water it, the water doesn't spill out. But you want to be able to put as much soil in there so that the roots have as much soil as possible. Use this container to plant our little cabbage plant in. So I'm going to leave about 1 inch around the top here. And for the seedling, you can use a trowel for this, but my hands are already dirty, so might as well just use them to dig a little hole. You want it deep enough so that your whole root mass of the cabbage can fit right in there without poking up the top. I like to make a peace sign, put it over the stem, and then turn it upside down. Just squeeze the edges until it comes up. And we're just going to plant that right in there. Use a little more soil if you need to bury it, and then give it a little drink of water. So just put a few in my hand and make a couple little rows. And you can sprinkle your seeds in. Use a little bit more soil to bury them. And remember to bury them the right depth. So after you've planted your seeds or seedlings, you're going to make sure to water them. And you want to keep them consistently watered, not too wet, not too dry. And for something like seeds, especially for very small seeds, I like to use a spray bottle to water them until they germinate, and then they can handle something a little bit more harsh like a watering can or a pitcher. So put your seeds and seedlings in a sunny window. If you don't have one of those, then you can buy a plant light. I've seen these sold for as little as $5, and they should fit in any lamp, and you can put them on for 8 hours a day. You don't need to leave your lamp on all the time. Thank you for watching today. I hope you learned something, and remember to be creative about what containers you use for your garden. Thanks from the Big Garden.